Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Vibe Nation. Today we're here to watch another video. Today we're here to watch a Millennial Thinker video called Lost Value of a Man. I was given a comment underneath one of my videos bringing this to my attention. Mythic Dawn, thank you, I appreciate you. And today I'm going to watch this video and give my thoughts and opinions on what the video means, where it's coming from. Obviously, reading from the title, it is a part 2 or a direct sequel to his previous video, A Man's Value. I will put this in a card up in the video, I'm pretty sure on the top right corner. And let's go ahead and get into this. If you want to watch the original video, links will be in the description down below. And let's go. I wonder what this is going to be about. In 3, 2, 1, and play. So obviously we pick up from last time where they were messaging each other, I guess years after, and it seems like he has replied yes to meeting up with her after everything. I remember from the last video that his friends were saying that she was meeting other guys and whatnot, guys richer than what he was at the time. And now years later, they are reconnecting, I'm guessing. So let's see what the meetup has to entail.
This story is false and wrong. Sky was doctored. Moon is safe. This is a fake outrage established by far extremists.
I'm home.
Yo, how was your day?
Like always, boring.
Feel sleepy right now.
Have you found a job yet?
I haven't searched yet.
It would be good if you took it seriously, because I didn't go on my own just to be flooded with flatmates. Don't get me wrong, but it's unhealthy to live with family and roommates under the same roof.
Dude, but I'm your brother.
I know, but don't expect to live here for half a year or longer.
But what about me?
What are you doing here?
I moved in.
He had nowhere to live, so I took him in.
Now wait a minute now. See, this right here is a problem. If this guy right here, I'm just gonna go and call them out by their appearance. If the dude with the blonde hair is the person that goes to work and is the head of the household, explain to me why your brother is out here allowing people into your house without running it by you if your name is on the lease. He just stated that he needs to find a job and don't be expecting to live here for half a year or longer. Right there, that's a problem. You need to check your brother for that.
Like the good old times. We will sit on the balcony and just chill all day.
Great, another parasite living out of my generosity.
Hey, it's not my fault that there is no need for people with my skills in the current job market.
Maybe you should get a different set of skills.
Where? In school?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get the skills right after you get fulfilled at your work.
You heard what happened last night.
I wish you'd talk to me like that right after he just moseyed his way into my home. Who are you? Excuse me, friend or no friend, I didn't invite you here.
Well, that's rough. I wonder what will happen to us now?
On TV they say it's a gas explosion.
Gas explosion on the moon?
I tell you that it is the reptilians who are fighting for the supremacy over the human race.
It would be nice if they were but the aliens from the planet of sluts.
How low do you have to fall to think that the only way you can get into a relationship is with aliens?
Hey, you can always dream. But hypothetically, if they were aliens, wouldn't you want to?
It depends on what they would look like.
Well, just like us.
It is impossible for the aliens to look exactly like us. They would have to be at least green or gray. But I don't know if I'd like to do this with someone who looks like a Shrek.
I wonder if Matthew would have kicked us out of the house if he could live with some alien chick.
Maybe we'll ask him? Matthew? Matthew, I'm talking to you.
What?
Do you have someone?
No.
Dude, you look like on some drug or something.
I was just wondering. Let's say your colleague knows a girl and he feels something for her, but they can't be together.
Why?
It doesn't matter.
Why not?
And then one day their paths diverged. After years you meet again, only she is engaged.
Engaged or married?
Engaged, but she uses marriage as a synonymous for some reason, but that's not a point, so you can get back together again and form a good relationship. What would you do?
If I were this colleague, I would not do anything.
That's just wrong.
And most importantly, I would never let his best mates have to live under a bridge just because of some girl.
Bros before hoes.
Okay, so this is what I have to say about that. Okay, so the way he put it, it's like she's engaged and she's reaching out to this guy and whatnot. That in itself, sometimes like they obviously are against it, and I would say is like, besides the whole putting your boys out and them living underneath the bridge so you can live with some girl. For one, you should already have a job and be out here doing it, and you behind the couch should have. I can understand him for like people lose their jobs because whatever skill set they have, the people with their skill set, the job market for them might be a little bit tight, so I can understand. But some girl that you knew for years somehow contacts you out of the blue and she's getting engaged, and for whatever reason it could spell trouble. That's what I'm saying. It could spell trouble, and I wouldn't do it because you don't want no problems, you don't want no confusion, no misunderstandings. It's just best to play it safe. I would not. In him answering that message, that, let's just say, messenger on Messenger, I would say no, because one, it in a way it seems kind of morally wrong. If it's like you may not have intended it that way. I'm assuming he may not have it intended in that way, but still though, like I couldn't see it. I could not see myself doing something like that, because I wouldn't want to go ahead and do that to somebody and for somebody to do that to me. So that's just me.
It's not about me.
Of course not.
This story is very touching, but we know it's about you.
You stupid mother quacker.
It's about Sarah.
No, it's not.
You and I both know that only relationship that you had was with that girl, am I right?
Sarah is married.
No, she's just engaged.
And you want to cuck some poor bastard just because you cannot let go of some girl that talked to you in grade school?
She's probably fat now.
No, she is not.
So you just tracked down her social media like some weirdo and you told her that you want to meet.
She wrote to me first and we will meet each other on Friday.
So you going on a date with an engaged woman?
We just going to talk.
And who is her husband? You have to be careful, because if he is some big dude, then you might have a problem.
It's David.
The high school guy. From one school lover to another. She is more autistic than you are.
He was the big guy in a high school, right?
He's hefty now.
You see, that's the reason.
What do you mean?
You do not know?
No, I do not know.
You're such a dum-dum. Tell him.
You used to be nobody, right?
You can say that.
He earned a lot, or at least something, because if you live with your parents and do not pay for anything, the salary below the national average seems enormous. She was an impressionable high school girl that can be persuaded by trinkets and shoes. And you were an ordinary penniless rascal, and he had the advantage of being higher on the social ladder. Now she started earning money. She quickly realized that his perks are now worth nothing. His financial independence has no value to her. I don't know, maybe she even earns more than he does in his daddy workshop and she is now looking for a better option. Look at you. Good office job, little bit on a wage side, but still. She decided to change the model for a better, younger one without a beer belly.
Well, People can just stop forming a relationship for any reason. I don't see anything wrong with that.
You know nothing, do you? But well be it. Go meet her, talk to her, investigate, and then you will understand. When she starts whining to you that he doesn't pay attention to the relationship, that it used to be better, then you will know the typical female tactic for a backup guy, who, unfortunately, will be you.
Remember, no simping is allowed in this house.
But this is my home and I make the rules here.
We have 1 to 2 votes.
Unfortunately for
Oh, okay. Before I even touch on that, I will have to go ahead and say what dude in the green shirt says does have a lick of sense to it, from my understanding on first impression. That it could be that she is looking for a backup, being the fact that she's out here seeking out somebody that she hasn't spoke to in years, and now all of a sudden she is talking like about meeting up, and when she is currently engaged, and also with how the times changed, she used to be going after like trinkets and all that stuff, and now that she's probably, well, she's like, you know, she's making her own money, she's independent and this, that, and third, that the guy that she's with, his independence and everything that he's got going for him, what would be perceived as like being with somebody that can give you everything. Now that she can get everything her own self, she doesn't place value in the fact that she needs him to buy him whatever she wants. She can sustain herself, so that's where the value is lost. It's like, I'm not gonna go ahead and continue to be dependent on him to and wait for him to give me what I want. I'm gonna go get it myself. Now, let me go ahead and touch on the whole rules of the house here. Bruh, ain't no way I'm gonna go ahead and take this flack from this guy telling me about rules in my own house when I pay the bills. Hello? Who are you? Like I said, who are you? You are underneath my roof. Just because I'm your friend doesn't mean that you can just come up in here and start changing stuff. I leave to go home. Leave to go to work. I come back home. There's a moose in my yard. What the hell, man? Why is there a moose in my yard? Go back to work the next day. Come back inside. What's in my house? A whole bunch of geese. Why the hell are there geese? Excuse me, like 2-1 vote. Excuse me, there is no voting here. I make the rules. I have the final say so. I have the final say so. What do you mean?
For you, I do not believe in democracy.
Doesn't believe in democracy. It's like communism. It's the same thing on everybody else's house. When you're young, it's like this is my house. When you're a kid, your parents are like, this is my house and my rules. And then when you get older, it's like, no, it's our house. Yeah, they're like, it's our house now. Not my house no more. Our house. See, it's like the whole thought of him with, on the beach, laying on her lap and all that stuff. You ever wonder if this is like a representation of the rose-colored glasses, or the dream? You're in love with the dream of being with this person and how great it would be because you're so in love with this person, but not really facing the reality of that things may not be as it seems in your mind versus how it is in reality. Remember her from way back when, and all the fun you guys used to have when y'all were kids and when you grew into young adults and whatnot. But times have changed, that may not be the same person that you grew up with. Sometimes you might meet somebody different. You're like, whoa, who are you? Like, whoa.
Are you back already? What time is it?
So?
You can always sleep on a folding bed.
I know, but I don't know how to unfold it.
So how did it go?
Without any surprise, we talked without awkward pauses. I told her about my life, she told me about hers.
And what?
Nothing. As usual, nothing.
So she won't move in here?
No.
Nice.
Don't worry, you will find someone else.
Where? At work? Among the old boomers?
You can always write to some random chick on the internet.
You'd better be off finding someone on a grinder, at least then you wouldn't be disappointed by any surprise.
Well, this is what my life is like. I devoted myself to work, deluded myself that I am collecting capital for an easier future, and now it is probably too late for me.
Hope it was worth it, bro.
I don't even know what to say.
Say nothing. This is the end.
And now we're all here. And you could see something swinging in the background, and that is not her. That is not her. Right here, you can see it. I will say this video, I feel like when everything started to go left, I feel like I was kind of spot on with my thoughts and opinions about the fact that the person that you thought about all these years, the person from way back when, you thought that was the person that you were going to meet that year. You might, like, when you met them when they were 10 and now that they're 20, and then you thought that was the same person. No, that could be a completely different person than what you once knew. You know, because you grow, change, your mind changes, perceptions are warped. You don't know what happened to that person. They could have gone through something traumatic that changed their personality completely. But hey, that's what life does. It changes you from time to time. It can change you from the better, might change you for the worst. And you know, in the end of the day, we have one life and we can only do what we can to succeed. Now, the part about deluding your, like, kind of like losing yourself into your work till you feel like it's too late. I honestly believe that it's never too late for, and I'm speaking to the guys here, like, I don't believe it's too late for you guys, honestly. I believe that with time, once you build up, you do build up capital, you do build up something, you make something of yourself, you put stuff away, you go ahead and find ways to enjoy yourself. You are ready when you feel that you are ready, but always know that don't start early and think that once you have a wife and a kid, but with no financial backing or anything put away on a rainy day, is going to get you far. It really isn't. It's best to just grind, like, you know, grind hard, stack up that paper, and once you find yourself in a very comfortable position, then go ahead and think about turning to finding somebody, a life partner. At least that's in my opinion. Hey, what's up, guys? Future Mike here, and I just wanted to go ahead and touch upon this little take that I had about saving up in your early years. What he said when he said he deluded to think that he's saving up capital so he can have an easy life, it's not a delusion. This is something that you must do if you were to have or want to have a easy life. Now, when I said about starting young by having a wife and a child with no financial backing, I should not have said that it would not get you far. I think I was only talking to a certain majority. There are people that have been able to make it work and come out strong at the end. But in the fact of getting married and possibly having children, you will struggle. You will struggle because children are not, if you plan to have children, they are not cheap. You have to always buy food, resources to take care of the child, and also a wife. So it would make it a struggle for you to try to provide and keep your head above water. With wife, child, housing, utility bills, all that stuff. So it's best to start collecting that while you're single, establish yourself, and then you'll be able to think about going out and pursuing a relationship with somebody. And I felt like that's what I should have said. I feel like I was missing out on certain things, or I wasn't being very specific, or I wasn't, I should have said more. But yeah, that's what I want. I should say, and that's why I'm adding this little excerpt here. So let's go back to the video. This video I won't say it's his most powerful video, but I will say that it is it's almost like a teaching moment. You have to take this video and mix it with the first part to get the whole context of it. So that way you could probably get the whole story behind it. I don't know if there'll be a part 3 to this. I don't know if he'll continue to meet back up with this woman and whatnot, but I don't know. This is all I have to say. His brother and his roommate is a leech. I don't know if that's his actual brother, but I believe that they're leeches and that they need to go ahead and get their ass up and go move out and live on their own. Talking about like, oh, don't let them move in here. Well, again, you're not paying rent. I am. So who I move in here is my personal choice. And also, like I said, I'm sympathetic to his other friend, but still though, like, dude, who are you making demands? Excuse me? Anyway. So, yeah, guys, that was Lost Value of a Man. I have given my opinions, my thoughts and opinions. But if anybody is willing to go ahead and share their thoughts and opinions in the comment section, please go ahead. Do not hold back. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been Vibe Nation, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.